Hey guys, Dan here with another pickups video, and I'm thinking about doing this in two different separate videos because I kind of went a little overboard, and I've got like a bunch of graphic novels that I want to unbox for y'all, and I'm going to do that in another video because I'm still waiting for other stuff to come in the mail. But I did do I went to a library book sale on two different occasions, and I went a little overboard. And for me to say I went a little overboard, you kind of know, because I'm not the type of person who buys like stacks of books. So you know, if I tell you I went a little overboard, then I definitely went a little overboard. So I'm thinking about saying that this is going to be my end of the year pickups too, because I don't plan on buying any more books in December, even though it's like the week of Thanksgiving. But anyways, let me share with you guys the stack of books that I picked up from this library book sale. The first day I went to the start of the library book sale and I picked up 3 books. I saw this, Jack Ketchum, She Wakes. I've never heard of this one. I did read Girl Next Door, and I enjoyed that book. I did a review of it on my blog. Not 100% sure what this one's about. It's something to do with Greece and kind of Lovecraft. It's saying it's like a Lovecraft type story. I don't know. I've never heard of it. It might be good. It might be bad. But the only reason I picked this up is because you never see Jack Ketchum books in print. At least I never do. I never see them anywhere. So I was like, it was only like $1. So, yeah. Also, I got Annihilation, Book 1 from the Southern Reach trilogy. I know I've showed you guys in another pickups video where I picked up Book 2. I finally picked up Book 1, and I was surprised by how thin it is in comparison to Book 2. But this way, now I have no reason not to read the trilogy. If I read the first 2 books and I don't like it, I don't have to necessarily finish the trilogy. Like, I can just say, hey, I don't want to read Book 3. But this is a fairly popular book series. I shouldn't really have to explain what it's about. But, you know, it's kind of like a weird fiction kind of book. Some alien crashes on Earth and distorts our environment and everything around. So yeah, it's science fiction. Also, I saw this, and Fellside by M.R. Carey. I really enjoyed M.R. Carey's writing. He's written a couple of X-Men and Fantastic Four stories I really enjoyed. Also, he wrote The Girl with All the Gifts and The Boy on the Bridge, which I also enjoyed. So I don't really think that I'm not gonna like this. I know it's about someplace called Fellside. I really don't know too much about it. I just know it was kind of trending at one time in the book community, and apparently somebody left their plane ticket in here. And they started reading it and never finished it. So I don't know if that's a bad sign, good sign, what. But I mean, I've always enjoyed everything I've read by M.R. Carey. So that was my first trip to the library book sale. And I spent like $3. Or was it $4? It might have been $4 because I think they counted the M.R. Carey as an oversized book and they were charging more for those. The next trip I went, and it was like the last day of the library book sale. And it was one of those deals where it was like, you know, fill a bag for $3 and you could, you know, take all the books you wanted for $3. By that point in time, it's pretty well picked over, I think. A lot of people, you know, realize that. I've never read this author, but I know he's a fantasy author, Morgan Llewellyn. Very Welsh-sounding name. And I've heard of Finn McCool before. I read this big book of legends and myths from different cultures. It was really kind of interesting. It was when I was like in an Ancient Aliens kind of phase of my life. So I wanted to read all these legends just to see if there was any hint of like aliens visiting Earth. I mean, yeah, it's kind of weird. I know Ancient Aliens, the guy with the big hair, is kind of weird, but yeah, I was really into legends at the time. So I was like, this guy kind of poses the question, what if he was a real person? You know, was he a man or a legend? So I thought it was kind of interesting. Never read this author before, but I'm willing to try. I did a 23andMe test, and I am, like, a good chunk of my DNA is Irish, so I mean, it would be kind of interesting to learn some more Irish legend. Also, I'm not really crazy over movie covers, but they had No Country for Old Men by Cormac McCarthy. The only thing I've ever read by this guy was The Road, and I loved it. I know that all of his different books are all like different kinds of genres. I love this movie, and I love The Road. I love the film and I love the book, but I don't know how this is going to come across. I don't know, because I've never read any other books by him. Also, I picked up I, Ripper by Stephen Hunter, who I've never heard of. I know it's about Jack the Ripper. It's like a different perspective on Jack the Ripper, and it's fiction. It's a fictional account. So, I think I've kind of seen this before someplace, and I'm a sucker for true crime and Jack the Ripper. I mean, he's one of those infamous, like, serial killers. Like, so yeah, I saw this and I was like, I'll take a chance on that. I'll pick it up and read it someday, hopefully soon. Also, I saw they have some discarded library copies at the library book sale, and The Teleportation Accident by Ned Bowman. I know that this was trending a couple of years ago, maybe a year or two ago, maybe longer, on BookTube, and I saw it, and somebody had hauled it, and it sounded interesting. I just know it's historical fiction set in the late 30s. So it kind of, I had an interest in it then. I'm not 100% sure what it is about. I know it has something to do with sci-fi, I think, historical fiction. So it's right up my alley. Hopefully I'll read it sometime soon. And last but not least, you have Clive Barker's Scarlet Gospels, which is about Pinhead, and Pinhead is from the Hellbound Heart. Of course, I read that like super long time ago, really enjoyed it. I used to really enjoy Clive Barker's early writings. And I don't know how well received this book was, because considering it was a library discard, which makes me wonder if it didn't do too hot, like maybe not many people enjoyed it. But, you know, like I said, I used to enjoy Clive Barker. So when I saw this, I was like, yeah, I haven't read a Clive Barker in quite a long time. So, you know, $3 fill a bag, I'm picking that up. But like I said, of course, I will unbox the graphic novels I have coming in the mail. There's quite a few of them coming in the mail. They're like Christmas presents to myself, because my family never knows what to get me for Christmas. And I figured I'm not going to read them right away, so I can unbox them when I do a video. And like I said, I didn't want to overwhelm you guys with too many books, like too many pickups, so I'll call that one my graphic novel end of the year pickup video. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Thanks for watching. If you've read any of these books, let me know what your thoughts are on them. Any questions, comments, etc. If you're not a subscriber and you're looking, if there's any of these you want me to read and review, go ahead and leave me a comment down below. That way it'll kind of persuade me to maybe read these sooner instead of them sitting on a shelf. It would help. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, later.